This week saw the beginning of the trial of Clark Rockefeller, the Boston man who conned his way into the upper echelons of East Coast society only to be caught kidnapping his daughter last August. Rockefeller, a German citizen whose actual name is Christian Karl Gerhardsreiter, had been living in the U.S. for decades while using a variety of aliases, and in addition to charges of parental kidnapping, is also suspected of being very creepy. The story sparked nationwide curiosity, not only about Rockefeller's mysterious past, but also how, after looking at him, people hadn't caught on sooner. Rockefeller's lawyers hope to use the insanity defense, claiming that their client is a narcissist who lives in a fantasy world. The prosecution, however, is hoping that the jury, composed primarily of college-age students, will reject this defense, as when most college kids hear that someone is a narcissist living in a fantasy world, they don't consider them crazy, they consider them celebrities. In local business news, Gillette, the Boston-based company famous for men's shaving products, has launched a new online service to help customers, a grooming guide. While most men are already familiar with the do's and don'ts of shaving, the new guide promises to share tips that most men The new guide promises to share tips that most men didn't learn from their fathers unless their fathers taught them how to shave their balls. According to a company spokesman, the series of online videos promises to, quote, take care of the hair down there. Or, to put it another way,
think about the unique topographical features under your hood. With the right tools, like a Gillette Fusion Power, and some common sense, you'll avoid putting your equipment at risk. First things first, trim, lather up with some shave gel, and ensure you're using a fresh blade.
Keep it sharp, guys. While the video does cover proper shaving technique and appropriate use of moisturizers, it fails to mention one tip that many men might find useful. Don't cut your dick off. Revere officials marked the passing of a former city councilor last week by observing a popular community tradition, getting into a fistfight at the wake. Donald Goodwin, the city's public works superintendent, allegedly tried to push John R. Correggio, a city councilman, through a plate glass door following what has been described as an exchange of words. This is not particularly surprising, especially considering the definition of sign language in Revere. According to Correggio's lawyer, the incident began after Goodwin started an argument over the councilor's support of an audit of the Public Works Department's fuel spending. Goodwin offered his own explanation when he said, quote, there was an ongoing problem, it came to a head, and he pushed it to a head. Which of course, doesn't make any sense. Viewers who might be planning a trip to Revere to use the city's famous beach, or to just buy drugs, are advised to refrain from pushing anything to a head, or they will be thrown through a window. And from one kind of tip to another. An undercover Boston police officer who had been riding the T in order to catch potential pickpockets learned of a new and somewhat unusual greeting from an Orange Line passenger. The passenger in question, 41-year-old Ricardo Lopez of East Boston, placed his hand on the officer's groin and asked, "How are you, Papa?" Startling the cop and ruining Father's Day for anyone who hears this story. Lopez allegedly stared at the officer's groin and said, "I want that." No, please. While the suspect's attorney could not be reached, viewers are reminded that Lopez is innocent until proven guilty, and this could potentially be a misunderstanding. For instance, there's a chance that Lopez is a lifetime sweatpants wearer, or maybe Amish, and was simply interested in learning more about zippered flies, albeit flies that could be unzipped in order to touch a penis. The Boston Police Department has yet to release a statement as to how the officer reacted after the incident, but we at BNN have our own idea.
Once satisfied, rinse off, pat dry, and apply a moisturizer to keep the area hydrated.
That's one smooth dick. And those are your top stories.